Hello everyone and welcome to my video overview for the game types and game modes available in Diablo 1 The Hell 4. In today's video, we'll take a look at the 3 available game types to play, as well as game modes, game changers, and their effects on synergies and perks. The first game type available is single player, an offline experience which allows you to pit yourself against the forces of hell and experience the full gamut of content and quests. Multiplayer, which through the use of Radmin VPN allows you to play with your friends either on a private connection that you create or on the public TH server. And finally, the Coliseum, a PvP game type which allows you to fight other player characters. Should you emerge victorious, you will gain gold and experience and power up. It should be noted that while single player and multiplayer have the full 40+ subclasses available for playing, the Coliseum has a more limited selection for obvious balance reasons. Single player is your classic Diablo 1 playthrough with all of the quests that you know and love, plus a large amount of quests that are exclusive to TH mod. It's also possible through the use of editing a very easy to use text file to have all of the quests always appear in your single player game. Or conversely, if you'd rather have the quests randomized for a more RP-like playthrough, you can do that as well. Multiplayer harkens back to the old school BNet days where you're able to play with your friends online. It should be noted that multiplayer does have less quests available than single player does, though the developer has stated that it is possible that they will be added in the future. One good thing though is that quests are never randomized in multiplayer, so if there's a specific quest reward you need, you know that you'll be able to reliably farm it. Finally, we have the Coliseum, the online PvP game type that allows you to pit yourself against your friends and try to kill each other. It should be noted that in the Coliseum, all traits and game changes are disabled. Also, affixes for magic tables are unique to the Coliseum, as well as perks and synergies too. Aside from this, the game type is easy to understand and experience. Fight other people, and if you manage to kill them, your character will gain gold and experience and be able to power up. Next, we'll discuss the many different game modes that exist in the Hell 4. The first game mode available is Easy. This game mode offers you the ability to leave combat if you wish, and there are no inescapable quest locations. Monsters are also less aggressive. This mode is recommended for new players. Next, we have the Normal mode, and like the name implies, it's a classic set of rules for the Hell mod. It's the default difficulty and the intended way to play for most people. The third and final standard type of game mode available is Hard, which is extremely challenging. The monsters' AI is more aggressive, they hit harder, and their pack sizes are larger. Only play this difficulty if you want to really challenge your abilities. The next available mode is Survival, which is a normal mode variation, where you are not allowed to backtrack to town, and saving is allowed only once per level, though battle pause is allowed. You also gain a bonus to your magic find and your experience based on your character level. The next mode in the lineup is Hardcore mode, which, if you know ARPGs, is simply you can't die. If you do die in this mode, your save file is automatically erased. The difficulty level of Hardcore mode is set at average or normal. Aside from this, there are no inherent bonuses or restrictions placed on Hardcore mode. The next available mode is Iron Man mode, which gives you an innate bonus to magic find as well as increased experience. However, every level must be fully cleared, from every chest to monster to every barrel. On top of this, you can only save every 4 dungeon levels. Bosses will drop relics of Identify and repair oils so that you can stay topped up while you continue your quest. And speaking of quests, it should be noted that they are not randomized in Iron Man mode. Second to last, we have Speedrun mode, which is a nightmare variation. Saving is only allowed after beating the full 24 dungeon levels. However, there is no combat lock, so you are able to find level entrances and exits and leave as fast as you can. You'll also receive a large magic find bonus as well as increased experience to help you on your speedrun. You also have what essentially is a built-in splits timer, displaying the time that you've spent in each region. The timer only stops when you've fully cleared a region and progressed through, or in the event of your death or Diablo's. Finally, we have Nightmare mode, where saving is allowed only after beating the 24th dungeon level. Death is permanent, and you receive a magic find bonus and experience, as well as bosses dropping ID relics and 1 oil. This mode is for true masochists. The next subject we can touch on will be the trait system. Diablo 1 The Hell 4 boasts 4 total traits now available for its characters, whereas there were only previously 2. While I will touch on some of the traits that I find interesting in this video, I won't be going through the full list. Firstly, because I think it is fun for players to be able to go through and experience things on their own, and second is because covering all the traits would take, honestly, a very long time. It's a testament to just how wonderfully customizable this game experience is. The first thing to note is that choices made during character creation define the availability of certain things later, including traits and perks. So, depending on what game type you choose, as well as game mode, and then finally class, can all influence the amount of traits that you have available to you. Some traits have relatively small bonuses with also somewhat benign penalties, and some traits are absolutely game-changing. For example, I took Blue Blood on my Demonologist because it gives me a starting attribute bonus and experience gain, and one less stat point to distribute per level up, as does Domesticated. But this is a relatively benign penalty, given that through the use of quests, I can max my stats to what their cap would be anyways. However, there are also traits that will massively change your gameplay. For example, Grim Deal, which will give you an extra perk point per level, and while that is massive, you will receive a very large penalty to your AC, life percentage, mana percentage, regen, DFE, so on and so forth. Another thing worth mentioning is that whatever class you pick has an influence on whatever traits are available, and furthermore, what traits you pick can also exclude or include certain perks. Synergies is included in this as well. If this sounds like a complex system, that's because it is, but where there is complexity, you will find depth. Fighter classes will have a different set of traits available to them from a mage class, and what traits you pick may influence what perks are available and also what synergies are. Finally, we'll move on to game changers, the final option, and these are once again influenced by both the game type you pick, the character you play, and the game mode you choose. Game changers can vary wildly in what they do, from something as simple as autosaving to live off the land, which makes it so that you can't use merchants and must use everything that you find to get through to Diablo. Game changers can also make the game kinder to you. For example, full contact makes it so that ranged monsters won't run away from you. Conversely, if you want to make your life hell, that's also possible with the use of Black Death, No Map, and other very difficult game changers available. I really hope you've enjoyed our overview of the game types, game modes, and game changers available in Diablo The Hell 4. If you'd like to give the game a try yourself, check the link in the video description or on my channel page. Perhaps we could have a battle in the Coliseum together, or venture down into the Labyrinth to defeat Diablo. Either way, I look forward to seeing you in Diablo The Hell 4.